I'm out hunting again this morning, doing more scouting. I found an area that's very rich in targets. Might be because it's more so in the ghetto, but I don't know. There's just targets everywhere. Obviously it's a real trashy area, and there's trash everywhere, but the targets are pretty easy to pick out and the ground's nice. I got a really deep target here that sounded a little bit like trash. It was deeper than I thought it was, so I figured it was going to be trash. And just looking at this, I don't know, I don't think this is a belt buckle. I think it's like it almost looks like a money clip. I'm not quite sure, but you can see it looked like there was like a coin or something on the front of it, and it just came off. It's still in the hole. There's some sort of, I can see it in the hole. It's kind of thin. I think it's just some sort of front plate. But this is a really interesting find. I've only been here 10 minutes, and I only dug a bunch of quarters. So that's a good sign that there's a lot of quarters in here. So you can hear that tone here. Whatever this is was on the front of it. Oh, cool. I'll have to clean this up later. This has writing all over it. Okay, it's a calendar. This is awesome. But getting a big brass object, or actually this might be copper. Yeah, this is actually copper. This here. Getting a copper target that large, only about 5 inches down, that's a good sign. Shows probably not many people probably dug this area. I'll clean that up later. That's sweet. Alright, only been about 20 minutes. I already got like 3 quarters and some pennies and a dime. And this is probably why people don't hunt here. You can hear all that, the signals every couple inches. The hunting here is all by tone and depth. Thankfully the ground's perfect really to dig, and there's not much clay here. The clay's pretty deep, so that's really good. It's good when the targets can get deeper actually, because it makes the hunting a lot easier in trashy areas. Got a bouncy signal, just sounded like, you know, kind of in the bottle cap range, but real solid. I got, it was on this side of the plug, so it was about 3.5 inches down, and since it was a higher tone, it's probably going to be junk, but it's a ring. Ringy dingy dingy. Really smashed up. Yeah, just a junker. But that's cool. Ring number 7 for the year. Let's keep hunting. Just got another bottle cap sounding tone, but it was real tight of a signal. Pulled this copper penny out of the hole, knew there had to be something else in there. Jammed into my sidewall, and a few coins fell off the top because I had to dig underneath. They fell off the top here. Looks like a nickel and a penny down there. Nickel's 1964, and the other penny's a zinc. So a copper, a zinc, and a 1964 nickel. And that'll do it. Man, there's quarters here everywhere. There's desirable targets every just a little bit. Got a high tone here. I don't know what this is yet. We're gonna look at it together. It gave off a really loud signal. Okay, that looks like the, I don't know what you call it, like the stem part of somebody's glasses. I wonder if that's what was giving off the signal, because it was really high. Okay, that just happened to be in my hole. That's not what I'm chasing. I'll let you guys know what's in this hole. Okay, so part of somebody's eyeglasses, and I went into my plug, and there's a dime. I can't believe how many targets are in here. This is probably the most target-rich area I've ever hunted. Just every hole has more than one thing in it. I mean, there's just, you open up a hole and there's stuff everywhere. A real nice high signal on top. Saw this after I cut my plug, it popped out. It was just in the grass. Threw it in my pouch, scanned the hole again with the probe, and boy, stacked quarters. That's awesome. 3 quarters right on top of each other. Check the hole again just in case. That's it. Let's keep going. It's only been like, I'm turning the camera on every couple minutes here. There's so many coins in here that there's a lot of spills too. Just got in here. There's 2 more sandwiched coins. Either both zinc or 1 copper. Yeah, 1 copper, 1 zinc. I can tell just by looking at them. Keep going. Okay, I found a piece of a Pop-Tart. Got a nice deep penny signal here. There's so many pennies and dimes, I'm just skipping some of the ones on the surface just because I'm getting tired of going up and down. There was a penny sticking about 4 inches down on the side of my plug, like almost vertical like that. Pulled it out, rechecked the hole. There was another coin I saw right in the bottom of the plug. And that one I pulled out here was an early 60s memorial. And then in the hole with it was a Wheatie. I can't really see it too well, but it looks like it's from the 50s. So an old copper memorial and a Wheatie in the same hole. I knew the old coins would start hitting eventually, but there's just so much trash in here. This area is old enough to produce a few older finds, which is what I came here looking for. Well, I'll just keep digging targets. They're everywhere. Alright. Guys, I got a nice quarter signal here. Well, I only thought it was going to be like an inch down. Obviously, I'm digging all the quarters. I haven't been hunting a lot of places that have a lot of quarters because I've been hunting pounded spots a lot of the public places this year. Got about 2 inches down, and it's a quarter, but this one's silver. Sweet. It's a Washington quarter. It's pretty worn. No mint mark on the back. 1936. Wow, that's an oldie. They started making Washington quarters in 1932. This is one of the oldest ones I've found. Or it might be the oldest one. I think I found a 38 and a 39 maybe. That's awesome. Guys, let's keep looking through here. I've been here about a little over an hour, and it's just awesome hunt. Alright guys, it's been about an hour since I had the camera on. Maybe a little more than that. I've been here maybe about 2 hours and 15 minutes. I already have a pouch full clad. I keep unloading it. I won't show it. I think I already have like maybe $6. I'm not going to show all this in the wrap-up, so I'm going to show it here. All the trash I'm digging out of here. I got tons of bottle caps. Tons of different kinds. You know, just clearing as much as I can out of here. Aiming for the more tight signals, so this time the ones that sound good, you know, cherry picking as much as I can. I got this here, which was a super high signal on top. It's a bracelet. I think this one's aluminum, not silver, so still cool. And some of these huge trash items, there's just no way somebody could have detected this place much. I mean, trash items that large that are aluminum, I mean, you can't miss them. This ring here, massive. I believe it's brass. Just a massive ring. There you go, Jack. Ring number 8 for the year. Anyhow, this here I got almost a foot deep. Sounded like a $50. Just amazing signal. It was like 1148 to 1348. About a foot down, coming in like a $50. But I didn't expect a coin to be that deep here, because I'm not digging anything that deep, and once you get down in the clay, I didn't expect it to be a coin, but that came up sweet. I think that's some sort of copper or something, but that's some of the big junk stuff. Definitely save pieces like this, you know, for scrapping that. But I'm going to keep hunting, and we'll see what I can pull out of here. It's at this point in time in this hunt, I decided I'm going to hold off uploading this and make it all one major episode. The amount of targets here is just insane. It's very possible that it's virgin territory. That being said, I don't expect a large amount of silver coins to come out of here just because it doesn't date back too far. The place I'm hunting around, the specific building I'm hunting around, dates back to the 1950s. And some of the surrounding area is older, so there could be a few more oldies, mixed in, prior to when this building was put up. But some of the development around here, around the outskirts of this, is a little bit newer. That being said, there is a lot of older homes and some historic ones mixed in, just not a large concentration of them. So gonna get back at it, and we'll see what we can find. But been here about 3.5 hours. I probably have, I'm already beat. I dug maybe 150 coins, the 1 silver, a ring, and all kinds of large objects. So gonna keep at it, and we'll see what we get. Hunt number 2, and I'm back at it. Coins are already hitting every direction, even starting over the spots that I really hit pretty good last time. Got a nice little bit deeper one on a penny hit, and I got my second wheat penny out of this place, and I already picked up about $1 in clad. Only been here 10 minutes. Alright, I'd say I'd be about keeping up the pace of almost minimum wage, if not that. Been here about 20 minutes or so. I already have probably over $3 in clad. Got a penny hit here, got down to 2 inches, started sounding worse, but it's a big ring, and a ring up highly conductive. I think this is just going to be a junker. Don't think it's silver. It's light. I think it's just a really heavy duty aluminum ring, but I'm not sure what that is supposed to be on there. Anyhow, I'll clean it up later. Good find. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe I am now rich. 100K underliner. Got a solid zinc tone, but it sounded better than zinc paint. It was down a little bit further when they for zinc to sound this good, and it's a pretty good find. I'm not actually sure what it is. I think it's some kind of token. I can't see it there with the glare, but it's got a castle on it, and it's definitely an older style token. I mean, not like really old, but definitely not modern. And it's not perfectly rounded. It's like, I don't know, maybe 12-sided. Really cool find. It's in great shape too. I'll have to look at it more later. Man, I got a killer signal here. I hope this is something better than stacked quarters. Man, is that high pitched. 1047, pretty shallow, maybe 2.5 inches. Wow, really concentrated signal. Wow. I'll let you guys know what that is. Well, it's a clad quarter, like completely vertical, right in my sidewall. Guys, you're not gonna believe this. I had a can signal, because it was just wacky. Like I said, there's so much in these holes. I gotta show you here. I'm putting this quarter back in to show where I pulled it out. I cut out this big plug. I dug it deep because I thought it was gonna be a larger junk target. I only got 2 inches into my sidewall, and I pulled this clad quarter out on edge. It was ringing up, mind you, on the E-Trac. One direction the signal was hitting 150, so maxed out on the conductivity, 150, but it was hitting real good. It wasn't chirping out like iron, so I figured it was going to be a can, not iron, obviously, because it wasn't, the threshold wasn't cutting out. So 150 one direction. The other direction, it was hitting a 1241, which is just below a copper penny usually. So I got open this big hole. I pulled that quarter out. There was a signal back further. On the sidewall was right here, and I had a signal on the side with the probe. So I cut another little side plug here, scanned the top. I had a low tone, okay, a low tone, like a foil tone. I flipped open my plug, flipped off a little piece of the clod, and I heard a clink. And look what's here, laying in the ground. Just SLQ. Heck yeah. It's got a date on there. Looks like 1926. So this is going to be the recessed date style, which is thankfully why the date's still there. If it had been a few years earlier, there would be no date on it. I'm right here by a footpath where there's a lot of traffic. As you know, I'm in a shady area here, but there's nobody around now, so I can film. I'll let you know if there's anything else in this hole, but you can see that SLQ was about 4 inches down, not very deep, and that quarter was about 1.5. And if there's anything else in this hole, I'll let you guys know. Okay, regular quarter and SLQ right in this hole here. It was on my last hunt. I got that 1936 Washington right back this way here, so maybe about 5 yards over. It wasn't that far over, so it seems like the only 2 silvers I pulled out of here so far have been old. I looked at the SLQ better. It's a 1928, not 26. So I got 28 SLQ and 1936 Washington out of here. I just got a signal here. I almost gave up on it, but I want to clear this place out as much as I can anyway. I thought it was going to be junk. I got down about 7-8 inches, and I can tell you, pretty much there's like nothing here that's that deep. And I pulled this out. At first I thought it was just aluminum scrap, but then I rubbed it off a little bit, and tell you what, this might have some sort of historical significance to it. Some kind of old, not like a tag, but maybe some sort of plate off of something. I think that says Atwater on the bottom there, so definitely something to clean up later. I will definitely make sure this does not go in the trash pouch. Just got an electrician's wedding band. I love them super high signals when you see a quarter and then you pull it up and then what? There's another one underneath it. Oh my goodness. I saw the second one before. I pulled the first one out. I put it back in just to be fun. There's another one really caked in there. Let's get that out. Ugh. Oh my goodness. That was 2. No wonder it was hard to pry out of there. 4 quarters stacked directly on top of each other. Let's see what else is in here. Ha ha ha, this is gonna be 5. At least, anyway. It's real high signal. There's one there. $1.25 in one hole. I am loving that. I just dug a clad quarter right here, right next to it. I had a solid zinc tone near the surface. I decided to dig it while I had the probe out here. And man, it's a tiny little buckle. And this might be silver. I'm not sure. Looking at it, I think it's just junk, but double check on it later. Bicentennial. Got a deep piece of lead that's oxidized completely white. That is the most white colored lead. Sorry, there's a bug. That I've ever dug. So that's gotta be old. Alright, let's keep going. Coin ball. Just a copper. Alright, I just dug a deep wheat cent right there. I want to show this target just because you don't hit a signal like this every day, or hardly ever. It's a repeatable signal, but well, you'll hear it. 448, 149 is what it wants to keep wanting to hit. It's rare that you get a repeatable signal that highly conductive and that low on the ferrous. Now, if this was something deep, I I would say it's like a dollar coin or something like that, like silver, but it's like right on the surface. Or if it's junk, it's gonna say it's on the surface, but it's a few inches down. You don't hear something squeal that high, that repeatable, hardly ever. So we'll see what it is. It's probably just trash. Yeah, it's a perfectly smushed up can. There's the top, there's the bottom. All right, a little update here. We got the majority of the trash. I don't know, I've been here not even 2 hours. That's the majority of the trash, mostly large pieces of aluminum. There's a few cans, a lot of bottle tops. Not digging many pull tabs. The high tones are just hitting so hard. Not going to go through all the coins in that again. There's the 2 Wheaties, the silver, and the token and the ring, which I should have put pictures up of already. This here was pretty shallow. Didn't really look at it much. Now that I look at it here, it looks like it's part of a cheap watch. So that's the little turn thing there. I think that's what that is. And the hole with the copper penny, I got a plastic, I think. I think that's supposed to be a rose. The buckle, turns out it's not silver. It's plated. You can see it doesn't go through. So that's plated, that little buckle. Just a electrical thingy, that piece of lead and the plate. So I'm gonna keep hunting. All right, just a second ago I pulled this, what I think is a bezel to a pocket watch from what I can tell. That would be the top there. Got a nice silver dime hit, about 5 inches down, which is deep for a coin here. And it's actually what it is. Actually, it hit 5 inches, but the grass is a little bit higher here. It ended up being only about 3.5, but first silver dime out of this place. From the back, I think it's going to be a rosy. I think I see Liberty running around the edge there. We'll see. Yep, 1952. Sweet. 52D. Okay, I'll try to shield the wind. It all of a sudden picked up. It wasn't windy at all, and all of a sudden it's just massive gust. This deep hole here by this tree, I just got down to this penny that was about 4 inches down. You can see through some roots there, and it's a 54D. But the good news on that one is I rescanned the hole and there was another signal. I pushed some dirt around. Looks like another penny rim there, so hopefully another Wheatie. Also at least high relief. Didn't see that, and that one's a memorial, but it's high relief, so it's probably going to be a 1959 or an early 60s. So pretty cool. Heck yes! Woo! I just flipped over this big plug. I thought I had a deep penny or something. There's a low tone trash target over here somewhere just messing this all up. Had a signal on the bottom of my plug. I was thinking about doing it live. I just flipped a little piece off with my thumb, and another silver went flying. And it's a Washington, I can see it already. 1954, same date as that Wheatie I just dug. But it gets even better yet. I just took a glance down in my hole. Oh my gosh. There's a merc down in there too. And I'm not sure, it's sticking out of the side there. I'm not sure if I would have hit that with my shovel or not. But let's pull that sucker out. Oh yeah, you can see it wedged in there. Let me get it down in on it good. You can see the band there on the back. It's definitely a merc. Just keep clearing out all this trash and the deep coins start hitting. Like I said, there's, especially around that tree where I got them Wheaties, there's just a trash target every couple inches. Not gonna rub that. There's the 2 silvers right there. Now, let's check the hole again. I've never had a quarter and dime silver spill. I've gotten 2 dimes a few times, so I'm real happy with that. Oh my gosh, there's a low tone in the plug yet. Or not a low tone, a penny tone. There it is. Oh, I just dropped it. Okay, where'd it go? There it is, fell on the side of the plug, right by the other coins. Okay, that's a 1940 something weedy. Sweet. I'll set it over here. Check it again. Okay, that's it. So there you have it. Silver quarter, a Merc. 1954 silver quarter, a mercury dime, which I'll clean up later, and a 19, whatever I said, 40 something wheat penny, all in the same hole. Right here is where I cut the plug and just got that old spill right off to the side. This is the tone that was messing up the signal. It was about 3.5 inches down, and it's an old pull tab, which that's pretty deep for a pull tab. No joke when I say there's a lot of targets here. That was where the silvers came. The pull tab went over a little more. Got about 3 inches down. Thought I was going to have a little bit of an older coin. I popped out this copper penny. Still had the original tone. Pulled some glass out of the hole, and then a bottle top. That's my clad from about the last hour. There's just quarters absolutely everywhere here. It's probably about $5. And I picked up this toy cartouche. We'll throw that in a pile of semi-relics down there. And I didn't have anything to put my clad in to keep unloading my pouch. Had an extra pair of socks in my car. That's my clad so far. We'll go ahead and add it to the sock, and we'll keep hunting. Alright, I put in another half an hour, and that's going to do it. I just got clad and some junk, obviously. But that's all the clad there, and all these were within about a square yard of each other, recent drops. I got a lot of other recent drops already today too, so this is a frequent depositing area. So that's it for now, and stay tuned for the next hunt, whenever that may be. Okay, hunt number 3. I've been here about 45 minutes, I would say, getting close to an hour. Just pulled clad so far, maybe $1.50 worth. I got a real high 1346 here. It was just hitting too hard and tight, even though the numbers were hitting trash. But the glare is really bad here. We'll see if we can see this. It looks like a ring. I'm not sure if it's going to be sterling or aluminum one. The third ring out of here, and they've all been junkers so far. And this one's pretty flashy. Pretty sure I can see copper coming through in a few spots. I could be wrong. It could be sterling. I'm not sure. It doesn't really have that look to it though normally, like when you dig silver. But you never know. I will double check on it later. Sweet. Alright, I got a real funny hit here, but it seemed like it was deeper. And there's a foil signal over here. Always trash, always messing with the stuff here. Got about 4 inches down on that plug, and saw a penny that's almost vertical. Let's take a look at it. It's a wheat penny. That's the first old coin today. Been here almost an hour now. Keep hunting. Okay, I got one here that's about 4 inches down that could be older. You can see that's down a ways. Covered it here. So let's take a look. It's a memorial. And it's from the 70s. Okay, here's a high tone that seems to have some depth to it. There's a lot of trash around it, so the numbers are coming up high in the ferrous sometimes. Well, that time it hit 1046 to about 7 inches. See how it's bouncing. You can hear a low tone in there sometimes too, like a foil. That way it's real high pitched. We'll get it open and see what it is. Alright, you can see how big this plug is. It's a big one. And silver and whole. You can definitely tell it's going to be a rosy. This ground's starting to get hard, but it's not rock solid, but it's at the stage where it's completely crumbly. So it's perfect for digging shallow coins actually, because when you're digging they actually just fly out of the hole. But let's get this out of here and see what we got. I don't want to rub it. Looks like I think either 1948 or 1949. We'll double check on that later. Sweet find. Here's another weird one here. I missed pinpointing this a little bit. That's a plastic bottle cap. My signal seems to be underneath it and right by the surface, so there's a dime under that bottle cap. The recent drops here are frequent. This is my second surface quarter. Maine 2003P. Very shiny. Alright, I just got a huge bracelet here, which I think it's going to be a bracelet. I'm pretty sure it's going to be aluminum though. Not under the ground very far. See if I can free it up here without breaking it. Yeah, big old honkin' bracelet, and it's definitely aluminum. Cool find though. Been here almost 2 hours. Got another really masked high tone here. We'll see what it is. You hear trash right there. $19.43 at 4 inches. The numbers are way off. There's so much trash in this around this target. $8.49. The other way it just sounds like a penny though, so we'll see what it is. Just a copper memorial. Alright, I just got the most horrible whacked out bottle cap tone you can imagine, coming in like 1742 and real wobbly of a signal. And the thing is, so it looks like a silver dime in the hole. I mean, it doesn't look like it is a silver dime. I just kind of buried it. Or wait. Yeah, it's a silver dime. Looked bigger there for a second. Looks like another rosy, and I think I scratched this one pretty bad. Oh, I explain the tone. It's sitting on top of a penny. I could be wrong, but it looks like a copper, not a wheat. It was sitting literally right on top of it, and that one's almost vertical. Let's look at this here. Can't really see the back of it. It's 195 something, so if it's not a wheatie, it's a 59 memorial automatically, because it's I have to clean it up later, but I think that's a 59 memorial and not a wheatie. Yeah, that's definitely got the memorial on the back there. You can hardly see it. So, 1959 memorial cent. And let's see what this rose is. Yeah, you can see where I nicked it there on the back just a little bit. Wasn't too bad. Wow, it kind of scraped the edge there. It's a 1951 plane. Let's check the hole again here. That was it. Yeah, so we got a 59 Memorial and 51 Rosie in the same hole. Sweet. To show how much the signals bleed, that's where that spill came out of, that little plug there. I cut a real tiny plug because I thought it was going to be trash or a clad coin at best mixed with trash, so you come a couple inches over, 2 inches down, and Old English bottle cap. The famous quarter and dime spill I always get. Alright, I put about 2.5 hours in, and that's going to be it for today. That's my trash. Mostly bottle tops, a little bit of can slaw, just some odds and ends, foil, big balled up pieces, some big caps and stuff like that. But that's the trash, and some of the interesting odds and ends. That bracelet which I showed is aluminum. One of the pennies I dug was clipped. I can't really see because of the glare. I found a big bike reflector, an old beat up lighter, and a toy car that doesn't look very old, but it was surprisingly pretty deep. And that'll do it, and stay tuned for the next hunt. Alright, not very deep, just digging out all those clad signals, and got my first weedy of the day here. And this one wasn't very deep compared to the other coins here. So, good start. See if we'll find anything else. It's been about a half an hour since that weedy. Got an incredibly high signal here, coming in 1347, real high and squeaky. And each hunt here so far, I believe I've pulled a junk ring out of here. Well, I got my first real one. I can tell just by looking at that, this is going to be sterling. It's a small one, but hey, it's sterling and I am happy. Clean it up more later. Awesome. Alright, got a nice high signal down here, not too deep, sounded like a silver dime. And about not very deep, 2.5 inches. Looks like I'm going to have some sort of token here. Aluminum token, that's at least what it looks like. Looks like the shell tokens from the shape, but we'll see what it is. Or the presidential tokens, one or the other. Let me clean it up a second, I'll turn the camera back on. Looks like some sort of tag. Looks like somebody etched some numbers in it. So definitely worth cleaning up later, but I don't think it's a token. You can see numbers on there that looks like somebody etched in there. So I'll clean it up later. I had a really banging signal here that I thought might be a silver ring if it wasn't a quarter, because I've been digging a lot of clad quarters in this one little section here. And all these pebbles are from the tot lot that's in behind me. It got spilled over into here. I'm only like a yard away from it. It took me a while to dig this out because of all those pebbles. I got about an inch below all those pebbles and a total of maybe 4 inches down. I flipped something up in the plug here. It sounded real concentrated, so I thought it was going to be like a silver ring or something. And turns out that looks like a clad Kennedy $50. Yep, that's what it is. I think that says 1980. You can see I nicked it a little bit there. But it's clad, so that's okay. I love it. I love big clad. Alright, let's keep swinging in here. From a distance, this thing looked real. Got me a plastic wrench. Cool. Alright, I've been here about 2 hours. It's funny, this spot, I've really hammered the spots in the shade because the every time I've hunted here, it's pretty much been really sunny. So early on, I hunt out where I know it's going to be sunny, and then when it gets hot, I just keep working under the same trees in the same shaded areas. But anyway, I wanted to back out into the sun. Got a really deep one here. That's at least 6 inches, and this fell off into the hole, but I stuck it back on there so you can see where it was at. It's another wheat scent, so hopefully I can get a silver coin out of here today, but I don't think I'm going to stay too much longer, maybe another half hour. Alright, on to the next. Now those conditions ain't good for hunting, and that is for sure. Now this is what they call a gully whopper. Okay, it's the same day after that rain cleared up. You can see the ground's still really dry. We got a lot of rain last night too, and ground's so dry it's not really even doing a whole lot, but that is a big difference. Got a tone here, thought might have been a silver coin. It was a one-way signal with like a lot of iron mixed in. It was pretty deep for this spot. I got about 5-6 inches down, and it was a coin, and it's a wheat penny, so I'm at least glad it's old. See if we can get anything good out of here today. Gonna shield the wind noise the best I can. I have it at my back as much as possible. I got a signal here. It was only one direction, and only like a couple inches down around the base of a tree. Not an incredibly old one, a few decades old probably. There's the plug. I got down just like 2 inches, flicked it up from the side of my hole, and you can see lots of glass in here. This piece of glass is, had something on it here. But I was rooting around through that glass, and look what popped out there. It's like a silver dime. It's rosy, definitely silver. Sweet, I'll clean up later. Hard to say if this is trash or not because of how high the squeak is, but this is one of the best signals you can get on the E-Trac. Listen to this. That way it wants to hit like a quarter. Man, that's like iron screw. Look at how it's ringing up. 250, 350, 748. Man, that's like a maximum conductivity there. We'll see what it is. It's very close to the surface, so if it's it could be stacked quarters, but they normally ring up a little bit differently. Hopefully this is a big honking ring or something. I actually decided to do this one live. This will be a little tricky here with the big shovel, but we'll give it a crack. And just a clad quarter ringing up insanely high, but I'll check see if there's more in there. It can do that at weird angles. Seems like that's all it was, but just a clad quarter ringing up incredibly high. Alright, I just dug a copper penny here like an inch down. Had another penny here. I got a wheat here, but this one might have been a recent drop. It's in impeccable condition. Let me try to face away from the wind here. Look at that. What a beauty. The interesting thing about this one is it's a 1955 plane. From a quick inspection, it's definitely not a double die, but it could be a poor man's double die if that last curve on the bottom of that 5 is doubled. I'll check it when I get home. Probably not, but we will see. What a beauty. been out almost 3 hours on this hunt. It's getting ready to rain again, but it got real nice for a while. To give you an idea why some of the coin counts the first couple hunts were so high. See like that little playground in there with that little you know, black boundary running around it there? Well, just inside that little lot there with the swings, I must have pulled about close to 150 coins. Just insane. You have to keep going back and forth over it. There's so many targets, coins stacked on top of each other, you name it. It's just, that's how many there were in there. I went back in there today just for a little bit because I almost picked over it real good. There was another recent drops. There's more of them, and I haven't, that first hunt was probably 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half, something like that, but there's a lot of recent drops, you know, too. Just keep going back over it and find a few you missed too, obviously, but today in the 3 hours, the whole story's mostly just coins. Of course, I'll show them here, but that's all clad, probably over 100 coins again, mostly dug from the, almost all of them, maybe, except about 10 were from just, you know, the dirt. These are the interesting items. Just a little plastic truck that was dropped since the last time I was here. This one here is actually pretty neat. This will look really good cleaned up. Phantom, what's that say? Phantom Corsair, and it's marked 1998. It's a Hot Wheels. That one's pretty neat. This here, not sure what it is. Just some sort of like screw cap to something. It says SM10A Shore, assembled by something in Mexico. Just a little junk screw off of something. And this was a neat surface find. 1969 S penny, which I might need for my dug date collection. I'm actually pretty sure I need this one, so I was really happy to get that. So on to the next hunt. Not sure when I'll get back here, but I'll add it onto the video. Alright. Okay, got my first deep target here today, so I think it's going to be a wheat penny. Down about 4.5 to 5 inches. You can see there's a little green spot right there, my plug where it fell off, and there it is down there in the hole. So let's pull that out and see if it's a wheatie. Yep, wheat penny. Because the clad hasn't really sunk that deep here, so pretty much anything deeper than 4 inches has been old here. So let's keep swinging. Okay, I thought I was onto a good hole here. I just pulled this penny out of this hole, and I think it's either 1961 or 1967. There's another penny signal still in the hole. I was hoping it was going to be a wheat, and it was. So I'll clean it up later. So I pulled a wheat penny out of the hole, and first memorial came out of this side, and then the other one came about right here. And listen, so another penny tone. So it doesn't sound like it's going to be silver, but there it is right here. Just flicked it up. Hopefully another wheat on this one. That one's another early memorial. High relief, so it's going to be pre-1969. So there's 3 old pennies out of the hole. There's some peeping in there, but that could be iron. I'll check around the hole with my detector, and if there's any more, turn the camera back on. Sweet spill. Alright, I've been here about an hour and a half. Got a nice deep signal. It's on edge here. I might have scratched a little bit, about the same as the last one, about 4 inches down on my plug. Really green disc down here. I have a lot of clad already, maybe $4. So I'm hoping this one's going to be a wheat here. It's real crusty. Let me clean it off a second. That penny ended up being a memorial, but it's got some white and like a light minty green color to it. I don't know if it was painted or what. Pretty interesting though. Alright, another monster signal. I had this little piece of this plug flipped up there. Got a quarter there. Had another signal right here. And it's 2 more quarters through, so a 3/4 spill. I love that when you can see where they were sticking to each other. They were like sandwiched like that for a long time, so we'll check the hole live. 75 cents, I think that's it. Got an interesting hole here, and some of the spots here next to the curbs more. I've been pulling out these like river rocks or landscaping rocks, and we're nowhere near water or anything like that. So some of these are pretty deep too, so you don't know. Hard to tell if kids had these back in the day when they were just throwing them around, but got into my hole, just broke open this clod here, and there's a 68D memorial sticking in there. And I was chasing a higher tone originally, and man, there's a real high tone there. I don't know if that's a bunch of coins or if that's trash. There's a there's a straw that I'm holding on to right there, and I'm not going to try to dig a slide, but I'm going to see what else is in this hole. Okay, I broke some of the dirt up. Right here is a clad quarter. I'll set that on top of the penny there on the clod. I'll see if there's anything else in there. I think that's it. So we got a penny, a quarter, and some river rock. You gotta dig all them funky tones. Sounded like trash. Nickel. Wow, that sucker's green for a nickel. Probably because it was rubbing up against another coin. Yeah, nickel. That is a nickel stuck on top of a quarter, and you can see there's something on the back of that. Let me try. Okay, well, I don't know if there's something sticky on them, but they're pretty caked together. I'll separate them later. So 2 nickels, a quarter, right here. That's a penny. Let's check the hole. Somewhere in there. You see some trash in the hole. A dime. So we've got the quarter, penny, nickel, and dime. More in there. Look at that. Quarter. Now look at these imprints that popped out. Oh, well, that's a zinc. Chewed up zinc. There's an imprint probably of the quarter. This is turning into a crazy spill. Look at my shovel. Another quarter. Well, there might be another zinc kind of mid-tone over this way. Could be trash. So what do we got here? 25, 50, 55, 65, 70, 80, 90, 95, 96, 97 cents. And a piece of plastic. Cool. And off to the side of the hole, and a small little plug off the side. It was right, it was a zinc penny. Not much left of that one. It's 98 cents. Just got a clad quarter here. Got a higher signal. I thought was going to be like multiple quarters in one hole. I got an interesting find about 3 inches down. Man, this about blew my ears off. It says March 21st through April 19th, Aries the Ram. And you flip it over. So obviously with some sort of promotional product, and it had, this side was a mirror. You can see here this flap, there was dirt growing on the back of it, and you can see there's all sorts of glass mixed in there and in my hole. So that's a really cool item there. Not sure how old that is. Not too incredibly old. Could go back a little ways though. Have to do some research on that one. And keep swinging. There should be a rule that clad cannot hide directly under tree roots. Clad quarter. Alright, I'm done with the hunt. It's pretty hot out there and they started cutting the grass anyway. You saw the Aries mirror. This is some of the oddball items. Got a battery. This here, thought was 2 pieces when I pulled out the hole. When I cleaned it up, looks like these two go together here. I'm not really sure what that is, but it's junk metal. And I got half of some sort of aluminum tag here. It rang up real high. It says Brandon over here, and on the bottom it says Brandon, Florida. It says Chamber of Commerce, something interstate, I don't know if that's 75, something committee. It says opening, so I'm guessing on the other side it said like maybe grand opening, but I only found only found half of the tag, so maybe I can find the rest of it next time. Alrighty. Most people might not think much of this, but I always check my finds if they look a little bit older or something. Right here I just got a spill, 2 quarters and a penny, but the thing is you can tell all the quarters are worn and have been down there a long time, and the penny is a high relief. I checked them all 3 of these coins are 1967, so just missed being old enough spill to all be pretty much silver, so a little bit of a bummer on that, but still a neat spill. 3 coins all from 1967 in the same hole. This hole has a lot of glass in it, and I just got another nice coin spill. I pulled out a dime, 2 copper pennies, and a zinc. Alright, the arches of my feet were starting to get tired, and if you do that during a hunt, get up like maybe 300 to 400 times real quick up and down, it can really wear on the bottom of your feet, and I've pulled muscles in my feet before too much up and down, and I figured when I get tired, heck, I just picked the area here that has the most targets. There's a backstop here a little bit, and there's just so many targets in here, it's unreal. So I figured I'm just going to get down on my hands and knees, and I'm just going to swing the detector around me, and whatever signal I get, I'm just going to, as long as it's a solid tone, I'll just kind of scoot over to it, find it with the probe, and dig it. I started back about 3 yards up this way, and I've just been swinging it and kind of making a pattern here, following wherever the targets go. I've dug a bunch of coins, a bunch of trash, not even looking at the numbers, and got a quarter spill here, so I've been on my hands and knees for about 15 minutes, and we'll see what else I can get. Alright, I'm scooted up about another yard. Got a mixed tone here, but it sounded like it had a high quarter signal in it. You can see that I had to widen this hole. I threw a copper penny in my pouch, rescanned, and in the side of the hole, I flipped up the plug. While these were in the hole, I pulled them out. I pulled out 2 zincs, a copper penny, and a quarter. So another great coin spill. So many targets in this section, sometimes it's even hard to tell if they're spills or not. Those coins I got just came from right here. I went right about here underneath this plug, and I pulled out a dime and a zinc penny. Moved over a couple inches, got a real funky mixed tone, but there was a little bit of higher signal in it. I pulled out 2 pieces of can slaw, and it cleared up the dime signal underneath. So there's just so many targets. Oh, there's more can slaw there. And there's another coin in there too. It's just crazy. Or I mean, that's a coin signal. That right there sounds like a copper penny or a dime. Crazy. Okay, back at the hunting hole. I've probably been here 35 minutes. Digging pretty much all solid tones now, except for a lot of the pull tab range tones. I probably have 35 coins already, getting a lot of weird spills, like ones that don't ring in real good before, ones that I've missed in the main area here, kind of like zinc penny and nickel spills, real weird stuff like that. Of course, tons of trash. I dug a penny signal. You can see there's sort of 2 plugs here. I dug a shallow penny here about 2 inches. Went up about 2 more inches, and then I had a 1245 and it came in about 5 inches. Pulled this rock out of the hole, and it's what I believe to be the first silver dime from here in quite a while. Oh yeah. It's just a matter of getting all the targets, all the trash, and all the modern clad out of here, and it's clearing up some of the better signals. Man, this thing's really white. It's a merc though. It's like there's some sort of chemicals on it. Really worn and beat up. We'll take her. Let's keep hunting. I was rechecking my hole, and this is kind of interesting. I found the imprint. You can see it's a real kind of light gray color compared to the soil, which is, you know, just brown. It's kind of interesting there. Well, this is pretty old trash, down about 3 inches. You can see it has this really weird looking pull tab still attached. It says 2 for 25 cents. So that's got some age on it. When I first got here, I grabbed a shilled penny out of the parking lot in 2011. So I was sitting here by this picnic table, 1986 zinc. But this is nobody cares land. Trash thrown everywhere. It's pretty sad. The unfortunate thing about it is they have, from what I can tell, have long removed all trash cans out of here. They don't even put trash cans out anymore, so it's not like I can pick it up and throw it away unless I shoved it on my pouch and transported it somewhere else. But I'm pretty sure they have somebody come in here every week and pick it all up before they mow. But it's just sad. Oh well. Okay, working around the base of this tree, which I've worked around a bunch of times before. Got a pretty good tone about 3 inches down. I pulled this penny out of the hole, which was really green around the edges at the time. I thought it was going to be a wheat. It's a 68D. Rescanned the hole, and about a ½ inch up from it, same depth, there was another penny in the hole, and this one's a wheatie. So, copper and a wheatie spill. And I think that's it for that hole. Cool, love those spills. Okay, I'm in the same general area where the majority of the silver coins have come out of here. I don't know how many there have been now, maybe 7, not too many, but I got a really nice deep hit here. Like I said, not much is deep here. And you can hear all the trash around this. Let's see here. Trash everywhere, but right in between there's a real high tone. 1246 at 6 inches. See, it doesn't, 1620, there it is, 1545, 5 inches. 1745, I like how it's hitting high pitched, but lower conductivity than a quarter most of the time. See the numbers, you can't really even go by them though, they're just hitting all over with all the trash. I like that tone. See, the numbers won't hit good at all. I mean, they hit once in a while, but it clips the trash when you stop swinging and then just skews the number. But I'm gonna give this one a try. I'm going to try to do it live once I get my hole open because I do think it's going to be silver. Okay, got my plug cut. We'll just have to hope I dug this hole in a general area. That might be an imprint there. Looks kind of grayish. Not sure. Ah, that was the imprint. But it's clad. Darn, that one sounded good, and that's pretty deep for a piece of clad here. Oh well, we'll keep looking. Okay, here's some of the finds I didn't film that aren't coins or trash, basically. Or interesting stuff that's trash. The knob off of a burner, like a stove. There was a plastic fingernail in the hole with one of the coins. Got a little toy jet there. This here is a lead weight. It was down maybe 5 inches. It's definitely lead. I can't remember exactly what these are, if these are like hem weights or window weights or something like that. Some sort of weight, lead weight. This surface fine junk aluminum chain. As I was pulling out of the parking lot, these caught my eye. I hopped out of my car and grabbed them. So 2 more copper pennies. A lot of surface finds today. And then I did dig a 1981 Queen Elizabeth Canadian cent. And this here, which is copper, and man is it heavy. Didn't clean it up. Not exactly sure what it is, but that is one big honking piece of copper. So that'll do it. See you at the next hunt. Okay, back at the honey hole, working a trampled down footpath through the grassy area here. Got a signal that was 3 to 4 inches down, which is pretty deep for here. And first semi-decent find of the day, 1959 D Memorial. So let's hope at least something as old as a wheatie comes out of here today. Been here about 20 minutes or so, picked up maybe about 70-80 cents in clad so far, so we're gonna keep looking. Okay, I got a good signal here, but it's catching another target, so I'm not sure if that's why it's making it squeak higher. Listen to this one here. I already cut the big plug here. One giving a super high pitch. Sometimes numbers are hitting iron, and sometimes it's hitting like silver. That time it hit 1646. The other time it just hit 2347. There's a low tone right next to it. Actually a pretty decent one. So we'll see what that is. Even though it sounded like a silver quarter or $half at times, as soon as I popped up the plug, you could see it right in the hole. It's a memorial about 3 inches down. Don't think it's high relief either. I think it's a 70s one. But that signal over here was probably pull tab canceller. I don't think it was a nickel, but it was a solid tone, so it could be jewelry, so I'm going to dig that anyway. I mean, I eventually want to dig everything here. It's just, there's so much trash, like you could just dig it all day if you wanted to. The low tones, the sketchy ones, the big odd signals, it's just signals everywhere, so. I'm digging some of them each time I come here. You just don't want to come dig them all in one day. It kind of gets monotonous. Alright, been here about an hour and 10 minutes now, and other than trash, this is what I have. It's all clad today. The oldest coin is the 59D Memorial, and another cell phone battery. It's like my 5th one this year. Those ring up like silver rings, higher than a quarter. The lithium batteries. Yeah, on a muddy morning, whose idea was it to wear white? That's pretty stupid. But these are old clothes anyway. So it's amazing how many targets are in the spot. I know for sure this hunt puts me over 1,000 clad coins from this location. I know I was over 1,000 coins in the last hunt, but that included like the wheat pennies and the silver coins and that kind of stuff. So I know this hunt puts me over 1,000 clad coins from this location. And I'm not done yet today, so I'm going to go back out there and hopefully I can find something interesting or silver. Okay, I was going to do this live, but there was somebody walking by at the time. I just dug a shallow nickel right here, just a modern one. You can see there's a little flap there for my plug, and then it opened up another signal next to it, which was like a 3/4 inch 1141. Had a gut feeling it was going to be a wheat penny because the tone was a little bit not quite as loud as the regular copper pennies, and it was down there. Bunch of glass in the hole, which is very common here, and it is a wheat penny. Can't see the date on it, but I'll clean it up later. Most of the wheats out of here, I think all of them have been 40s and 50s. Maybe one or two older ones, but glad to get a wheatie out of here today, and let's hope there's more. My car. I was just thinking about leaving, came out, gonna do another pass because it's a beautiful day. It looks like you're getting some rain coming in, but it's just gorgeous out here. I'm right by this asphalt path. You can see there's stuff growing all over it. I came right on the edge of it and got a quarter signal. So when I hit the shovel down on this side, I started hitting asphalt and rocks and stuff like that. Dug down into my sidewall. I don't know what's holding that up. I don't know if you can see under there. There's a silver dime, it looks like. But look, it's dangling in midair, held together. That's how hard the dirt is. Look at that. You see me swiping my finger under it there? Dangling in midair. So let's pull it up. It's a Roosevelt. Silver for sure though. $1952. D. I've never worked this close to the asphalt real good, so that's a good sign there. Alright, sweet. Keep swinging. I don't know, just to show that Roosevelt almost even would have been almost above ground level. You see where this is dug here, and this slopes up before it starts, so that could have been pushed around, who knows, but I really thought it was just going to be a clad quarter or a piece of junk. It's kind of weird. I'll take it though. It shows in this spot. I want to dig everything, and there's got to be one gold ring in here somewhere in amongst the 2,000 to 3,000 trash targets, or probably even more. So I'll keep working at this place. Okay, this hole just got a clad dime and this really weird rainbow colored beetle. Saw that side first, saw that shining down the hole. Well, that's definitely a weird one. Thought it was dead and then poked it a couple times and it's definitely moving. He was down there about 3 inches. Well, I'll put him back down there and let him be. Not as many spills today as I usually get at this spot. I did get a quarter and a dime earlier today, but pulled some dirt out of this hole, and this is what you like to see. It's like a penny there, penny there, penny there, penny there. I could tell at least one was a more memorial. And I think these are all coppers. So it could be a 1970s spill. Yeah, copper memorial, copper memorial. That one's green, there's one was stuck to it. That one's a 66. I have a feeling this was possibly a 70s spill. Might be more in the hole, but not sure. But worst case scenario, let's get them there. 4 copper pennies in 1 hole. Take that. And a little patch now with a lot of the pennies, working a little gentle slope here, not too bad. And just digging them all out. And this one's a wheat. It was only 1.5 inches down. Didn't think this one was going to be a wheat because there's more clay in this section, and I actually just you can tell this specific area was probably dozed around at some point during the construction because I found a clad dime in clay that was down about 5 inches. But it's a pretty nice looking wheat sand here. Pretty good shape. I think it's a 1950 something. It's cool, 2 Wheaties and a Rosie on the day and a huge pile of clad.